go.
What's going on, guys? My name is Jesse, and we are... What are we? We are back. That's what we are, okay? We are back with another freaking video. What's going on, guys? Today we are doing Harry Potter, guys. Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. 5th book, guys. 5th book and movie. And we're going to do it just like we did Hunger Games. A little bit of a mixture between the book and the movie. It's all spoilers from here on out, so if you haven't read the book, get up on out of here. Drop a like if you hate me. Thumbs down if you love me. Whatever. That was backward. Flip-flop those, you know, whatever. It's all good. I love you guys either way. So today we're going to do Harry Potter, Order of Phoenix. Not my favorite Harry Potter book, but it's the end scene, especially in the movie. It's my favorite movie for the last 20 minutes because the last 20 minutes is insane. That Dumbledore versus Voldemort battle is just ridiculous, man. I mean, that's some of the best action ever in film history, if you ask me. I mean, Jesus Christ. Alright, let's just jump right into it, okay? 5th movie, 5th book, okay? This one, from the start, you just feel so much darker than Goblet of Fire or Prisoner of Azkaban. Even though both those are semi-dark and they take it from the kid adventure to the darker teenage adventure, this takes it like another step. Like a decidedly more dark step. So I like the tone of the book right off the bat because the tone is just great. I mean, we got the scenes where you get this feeling that Harry's all alone. I mean, you start out with him, he's like laying in the flower bed, he's listening to the Dursleys' TV, trying to get some information about what Voldemort's doing because he's not getting any information from the Daily Prophet or from the owls that he's getting. So he's looking for anything. He's trying to get anything he can get. So you start out with that and you feel like he's alone. Right off the rip, you feel like he's alone. So, and then we jump like really fast. I mean, you just go through the quick scene of him in the garden or whatever, and then like what, a chapter later they're getting attacked by Dementors in the freaking park. You know? So it goes pretty quick here at the beginning. You get to that scene where he's getting attacked by the Dementors, and I really like the way this is because you just get this feeling that he's alone. He's threatening Dudley, you know, he's giving him all these sassy lines, calling him names, you know, calling him what his mom calls him, even though everybody calls him Big D now, you know. So, and that's my favorite nickname. Hopefully I can get that one day. Just kidding. All right, let's keep going. The suspense of when the Dementors show up, you're like, wait, what is happening here? Like, what do you mean that? How are the Dementors here? You know, it's getting cold, and then he sees them, and then you're like, dude, produce the Patronus, and he can't do it at first because he's so bummed out because he's not getting any owls, he's not getting any information, and you're like, dude, what are we doing here? And then finally he gets it out. He thinks about Ron and Hermione, and he gets the Patronus out, right? And he takes care of the Dementors, and then you get the lady in her wicker basket, I forget her name, she's a squib, and you find out that Dumbledore's been watching him all summer. I mean, obviously, dude, he found Voldemort last year, okay? He's not going to leave him alone, right? You know, that should have been pretty obvious. But you get that scene, and you're like, okay, wait. Maybe it's not so bad if Dumbledore is watching, right? I also love when we get to the Order of Phoenix, and we get the scene. I love the beginning scenes as well, but we get the scene at the dinner table. In the movie, in particularly, this scene with Gary Oldman as Sirius Black is so good, man. I love Sirius Black. You can tell by the background picture on this video. Sirius Black is a freaking man. Tonks is looking pretty dope in the background there too as well. But we get to this scene, right? Sirius is trying to tell Harry that Voldemort is after him and the prophecy. But he can't spit it out. Molly's like, Sirius, don't say it. Mad Eye's like, Sirius, stop. And then he stops. And then Molly goes, you might as well let him in the Order of Phoenix if you're going to tell him that. And then Harry snaps off like, yes, if Voldemort's going to ready to fight, I want to fight too. And then you get this great scene of this look that Gary Oldman gives Harry Potter. He gives him like this quick smile, and then he gives him like a half wink. Like just like a half wink, like not all the way. And you're just like, I love that scene. Gary Oldman's the man, dude. And he is so good as Sirius Black as well. It picks up pretty quick there. I mean, we're at the Order of Phoenix, but the only reason we're there is so we can get to this goddamn hearing, right? So we get to this hearing, and you just get this feeling like of helplessness. Like you feel like no matter what he does, he's gonna get expelled. And then we get Dumbledore comes in to save the day. But it's real like dire there. Harry's trying to talk, the minister's cutting him off, and you feel like he's just not gonna get out of this. All this stuff moves pretty quick, and then once we get into Hogwarts, that's where the movie like gets a little more. It's a weird tone shift because you get Umbridge, and like you couldn't have written a worse human being than freaking Professor Dolores Umbridge, right? I mean, Jesus Christ! Like the minute she gets on the screen, you're just like, please make it stop, you know? Like, just please make it stop. Like I read it and I didn't think it was that bad, but once I saw the movie and I was just like, yo man, I can't even watch this. Like it's borderline unwatchable. We get to that's where I'm talking about the tone shift. There's a big tone shift once we get to Dolores Umbridge, right? We're like, okay, this shit's just getting darker and darker and darker. Dumbledore's not around. We get the scene of the I won't write lines, and it shows up on his hand, and you're just like, holy shit, dude. And then we get Dumbledore's army, and Neville finds the room of requirement, right? That's when the big tone shift happens, and it goes from super dire to super hopeful. And those scenes are real candy, just like, and I'll eat that shit. I'll eat the shit out of that candy, because I love those scenes of him teaching everybody how to do Expelliarmus, and to produce a Patronus, and Levicorpus and all that shit, and you're just like, yo, this stuff right here is awesome. It's a little intense, but it's awesome as well. And all the meantime of the candy, we get another tone shift where Harry's having all these premonitions in his dreams of Voldemort, and you get the one where Arthur Weasley's getting attacked by the snake, and he is the snake, right? It's like his POV is the snake, which is insane. And we get to the scene where he goes to tell Dumbledore, and Dumbledore's not looking at him in the movie. And he calls Snape, and then we get the scene with Snape and Harry. And this is in the movie here. It's in the book as well, but in the movie, it's so goddamn good. Let's just all take a second. Let's all take a second and recognize how good Alan Rickman is as Snape. Rest in peace, man. We will always, and I mean always, remember these performances, because he's so goddamn good in this movie and all the movies together. But when we get to the occlumency lessons, it is so intense, right? Like, and nobody could have pulled this off other than Alan Rickman as Snape, because you get the underlying feeling that he hates his father, but he loves his mother, and maybe you don't know that yet, but you're getting there. And you get that scene where Harry Protego's back to Snape, and you get to see that quick snippet of James bullying Snape, and you're just like, holy shit, dude, this guy hates his father, and here he is trying to protect Harry, trying to teach him how to protect himself from Voldemort. Love that scene. It really makes you think of what's happening here, you know. Then we get the scene with Harry getting another vision, and this time he sees the room with all the prophecies in it, and he sees Sirius getting attacked. But everybody warns him, like, hey, this is probably a trick, but he can't let it go because Sirius is his only family, right? So he goes, and he takes the Dumbledore's army with him. When we get to this room, I really, really enjoy the kids versus Death Eaters portion of the movie. I mean, it's just so good to me. I really enjoy it. We get all the scenes, Neville takes them out. Ginny, you get to see how powerful Ginny is. Ginny freaking blows everything up, and we all have to fall out of the room. And man, it really doesn't look good. And then all of a sudden the Order shows up, right? And we get this scene. God, I love this scene, bro. Some of this book and movie has some of the best scenes in it. It might not be the best book out of the series, but it's got some of the best scenes. I love the scene, particularly in the movie, because we got to talk about Gary Oldman, man. We've already talked about him once, but it gets even better. We get to the scene. The Order comes in. They're kicking ass. Him and Harry are fighting Malfoy and a couple other Death Eaters or something. And then Harry stuns one of them. And Sirius goes, nice shot, James. And then you get this look from Harry, and he is so happy. He is so elated that Sirius just called him his father's name, right? And that's so deep, man. It just makes me so emotional every time I see it, because he goes, nice shot, James. And then immediately after that, you get hit with freaking In the movie, he gets actually a Avada Kedavra curse, but in the book, he just gets like a red light and falls into the veil. And we're not going to talk about whether he's dead or alive, because he's alive in my mind, and he always will be, because he fell into the veil. He did not die. He died in the movie, okay? But man, that scene where, nice shot, James, and he turns around and he's just like, you know, he's like staring at Sirius in awe, like, dude, you called me my father's name, and it's just like, man, the feels are so hard right there. Every time I see it. Once we get to the last battle, okay? Dumbledore versus Voldemort. We've all wanted to see this. And in the movie, it couldn't have been any better than what it was. It is big, it is powerful, it is like demonstrous, and you get the feeling that it's good versus evil. Okay, and it is the best evil, or the strongest evil and the strongest good going up against each other, and you really get to see the actual power of Dumbledore, right? You don't realize how strong Dumbledore is until this last battle, okay? And the way it is shot and the way it flows is just, man, insane. Just bravo altogether to that scene. I love that scene. If this movie's on TV and it's anywhere near the last 20 minutes, I'm watching it, not a doubt. And even though Dumbledore technically wins, I think it's more Harry who wins, because we get the scene where Voldemort dives into Harry's body, and you get this is where all the occlumency lessons comes in, and he defeats Voldemort in his own mind through the power of love, right? Which has always been a big theme in all the Harry Potter books, is love. So I love this book and this movie. It's not my favorite. 3 will always be my favorite movie, and definitely always be my favorite book, but it's got to be up there. And those last 20 minutes are just insane. The Sirius Black and the Harry Potter relationship is just so great. And what are you doing back there? Can you see my cat? She's just chilling back here. Say hi. Say what's up. I know you're such a camera whore, man. You are. I'm just kidding. You're adorable. Sorry about that. The Sirius Black Harry Potter relationship and the Alan Rickman occlumency lessons make this book and movie just so goddamn good, man. That's going to wrap it up for me today here. If you want to see more of the Harry Potter series, I'm doing my reread that I always do. If you want me to go back and do the other ones, we can do it. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, it's in the description below. Undercover space book nerd. Also, you'll look at the upload schedules down there. We're doing Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. I'm also working on my bookcase build. I'm going to be doing a time lapse of that and putting it on the channel on Sunday. So you got that to look forward to. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Later.